This class has exceeded all my expectations, and my expectations were already high.
This is an extremely unique program, and it truly is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Leadership Washington is a program that exposes leaders and potential leaders to the economic drivers in Washington State.
It's really meant to bring folks together to educate them about what makes Washington work and how we can work together to make sure that we can keep a prosperous state in the future.
Empower, train, and equip
cultivate and grow
the next generation
of Washington State leaders.
We get to go to really cool companies and do tours and look at and see businesses that I would have never known existed in Washington State.
We've gone to Cle Elum, Vancouver, Tri-Cities, Seattle, Bellingham, and in these places we're able to visit some of the main key industries.
We've visited pharmaceutical companies, breweries, wineries, agricultural businesses.
We spend time with them, go visit their organization, they walk us through.
To learn how they operate, what issues they face,
what their challenges are, what their successes are.
We look and talk about the different policy decisions that are made throughout the state or in Olympia that affect these businesses.
Maybe it's regulatory issues, state tax issues, labor and employment issues.
We visit with their people.
And get to see what they actually do on the ground level, to see what the employees are doing, and talk to some employees. They can tell us how they feel about the company.
We started in Suncadia at the Policy Summit, getting an introduction into AWB.
To kind of set the tone for what we were going to do throughout the whole year.
So the gathering of the minds of both policy and business in Washington.
For me, that was the eye-opener into what Associated Washington Businesses was all about.
One of the highlights that stood out to me was the visit to Novo Nordisk in Seattle.
I thought they had an amazing culture.
I really enjoyed touring Schilling Cider, just the passion that these owners had.
We got to take a tour of the Port of Tacoma. As someone who's never been exposed to that firsthand before, it was such an awesome experience just to see that this is where it happens. This is what makes America work.
One visit that really stands out is the Pacific Northwest National Lab. There's just so many things that they're involved with that you would never imagine.
I didn't know they made wine in Washington, so I remember when we visited and did the wine tasting, realizing their passion for it and they're good at it.
Going to Broche Orchard made me realize how you can take an organization and really create a family around your employees.
I went to the hill climb. That was eye-opening for me. I live in Olympia. I never did anything like that.
It's always nice to be able to visit folks that you have elected into office, and it's very important as a business leader to have those relationships.
Another one that stood out for me is when we visited earth-friendly products.
We were able to do an interactive experiment where you got to build your own either cleaning product or air freshener.
Vision and mission statement are such an important part of a successful business. And seeing how pervasive their vision and their mission statement was throughout all of their operations really drove the point home for me.
The mint company that we toured was absolutely amazing. One of the largest mint manufacturers was in my backyard.
Vancouver just blew me away. I loved the tugboat.
It was very interesting to see how Tidewater actually ships cargo up and down the Columbia River, how it affects the whole state.
They knew their business so well. I mean, they designed and built their own ships.
Media training was really helpful.
It was a great time to really sit down and think about how you are being perceived.
Always unnerving to be on camera.
I didn't have any time to prepare.
It was hard, but I'm really glad we were able to do the media training.
I've been wanting to visit Cherry Point Refinery for a long time.
It's very different when you hear the national news versus when you actually know somebody who works at an area.
We were able to go down to see the Tulip Festival in Skagit Valley.
Got to experience Bellingham's great downtown and tour our brewery.
This group is unique because we all bring different perspectives depending upon our background.
It's really been neat to see people from different industries and bringing their different perspectives together.
When we're able to get down to discussions, you get to hear a lot of viewpoints that you don't necessarily hear when you're just in your industry.
They ask questions which you may not ask because they're coming from seeing it from a different lens.
I learned as much from the other participants as I did on tours.
I've learned so much about what's going on just from these people.
I think there's going to be great relationships and friendships that come out of this that last well beyond the program.
Now I have 10 other contacts across the state, which is great.
And I really look forward to staying in touch with all of them and seeing how their careers progress.
Thanks to Leadership Washington, we have developed a really tremendous network that will only grow over time. I would highly recommend joining Leadership Washington.
I think it would be a great opportunity for anybody who's trying to grow a business to see how all these things kind of interplay with each other.
All of my friends and family that know about this journey for me, they just think that I'm doing the coolest thing. And I agree.
Leadership Washington is learning through experiences from the people who are actually doing the work.
If you have the opportunity, you should embrace it.
Leadership Washington is the most potent learning experience that I've had.
It is a time investment, but it's well worth it and you won't regret it.
Leadership Washington is powerful, dynamic, and impactful.
It's definitely going to be a great program that will enhance you as a professional, but it's really going to arm you with knowledge and experiences that can benefit your career in the future.
Leadership Washington is innovation, collaboration, and it's just fun.